knows he still has something special. It's just too late for this race now for his overall ambition.
You can see it from today's performance. He's a special rider. He's on brilliant form. I think he just had a really bad day.
In hindsight, maybe we should have had a few more doubts. On the day, there was no indication. Team meeting went to plan. Our strategy was sound, and his feedback was, let's go after it. So, no, we didn't expect for it to fall apart like that. No.
How much truth do you want?
When an athlete has real confidence in his material, that's when special things can happen.
Astonishment of the watching fans and a big surprise to all concerned. Simon Yates went faster than Tom Dumoulin.
BikeExchange-Jayco, Simon Yates!
The team that can rebound resiliently are the ones who can keep it together in the middle of these Grand Tours where it is extremely draining, and you do have to switch focus, realign the deck of cards and go again.
Shall we get ready for the next part of our presentation?
We are at the start of the Giro in Budapest, downtown Budapest. Sitting here before the race starts, it's pretty relaxed, and it's sort of strange. It doesn't really feel like we're into the Giro yet.
Wow. Well, the Giro is one of my favourites, to be honest. I love Italy, the people, great vino and food.
In the Giro d'Italia, winner, Vuelta a España from Great Britain, Simon Yates.
Probably the most important race for the year, for the season, for the team.
This is not the first time we've taken Simon to the Giro on the hunt for winning the Giro d'Italia. We've been here before with a similar group of riders and a similar staff, just refining the template over the years, and we are quietly confident we know what we're doing.
The guys know what they're in for. We've done a lot of work, as we always do, but we've done, especially this year, a lot of work around the course, understanding the course, knowing each stage. And I think as a group we feel very ready.
And we're getting better as we do it year by year.
Whistle like a ref. People are foul now. Watch what you do when you out of bounds. I give them praise when I'm out of town. I hit the booth and devour sound.
How long you got? It's a Giro. There's a lot of key stages.
Look, there are numerous key stages. Probably the obvious ones that everyone looks to will be the GC stages, but there's also a lot of stages that probably don't stand out on paper that will become key.
It's a very special Grand Tour. It's the hardest of the three. It's the most technical of the three.
It's really a Giro that you're not able to switch off for any days.
And then what's always can change this race more than the other two Grand Tours is the weather. We're sitting here in beautiful sunshine in Budapest in the mid-20s. We could be in snow within a week, or we could have temperatures in the 30s, and that can change in a 24-hour window. And that with allergy season in spring, all little things that do complicate the Giro and make the Giro the trickiest of the three Grand Tours.
Yeah, I think Simon looks particularly relaxed.
I remember when he first joined the team, and you couldn't get boo out of him, and he certainly has matured into a very experienced rider, but also a confident rider on and off the bike.
Don't give up. Walk in your gift.
The first individual time trial of the Giro d'Italia, stage 2 from Budapest to Budapest, in the shadow of Budapest Castle on the banks of the Danube.
We're gonna do a pre-bike check to make sure that there won't be any stress in the last 50 minutes before the race. They check if the bike comply with the UCI requirements on TT bike. There are special boundaries that each bike need to respect. You cannot have the position as you want on the TT bike, but there are certain constraints based also on body shape of each rider. This is a short TT, so the gaps won't be very big, but it's very important, especially for the confidence. If you start well, you carry on through the first week with good confidence.
Against the clock, on the flat, up the hill, and this 102nd Giro d'Italia.
Oh, here he is. The rain falls. It's like a beautiful day in Bury. Simon Yates, game head on, and it's time to ride the time trial of his life. Simon Yates started so well, but he has struggled. And Simon Yates has had a disaster, it's safe to say, on this time trial today.
Typically the Giro is more mountainous and less time trial orientated than other Grand Tours. This year probably even more so. I don't think we've seen a Giro this hard in a very long time, and a Giro with so few time trial kilometres.
The good thing for the course is that he has a climb. The downside, he has a lot of times where you need to accelerate, but Simon is good in cornering, he had a good bike setup. Overall, it's a good course for him.
All the way to go now, 300 metres. Come on, Matteo. Come on, come on, come on. You got lift, come on. Spin you, spin you, spin you.
Fastest time, Subiro's fastest.
Yeah, 4 seconds fast.
10 secondi. Simon Yates, improving in his time trialling ability, one of the big favourites to take the overall victory at the Giro d'Italia, needed a good time trial.
He should not, but in the past we've seen small gaps between the top 10. It's always one-to-one battle, so I think it's always important to do well in time trial. 8 seconds on Sobrero, 8 seconds at the 2K banner. Ale, Simon, and you can make a time also on the climb on it. Ale, very good. Yeah, between Paris and now he has ridden his TT bike enough to carry on that good race. Obviously the focus is on the climbing because this is a Giro for climber, but he has done his homework on TT bike. Come on, and I tell you the time on Dumoulin. Come on, Simon, it's very close within 1 second. Ale, 1 second advantage at the bottom of the climb.
The opening 7 kilometres of the time trial flat and then the climb, all of which played to his advantage.
30 seconds now, Simon, 30 seconds, you can make it, Ale, come on!
Astonishment of the watching fans and a big surprise to all concerned. Simon Yates went faster than Tom Dumoulin.
Yes!
Yates receiving the congratulations of his teammate Sobrero.
Very good, mate. Fastest time so far. Very good.
Well, I'm not often shocked in cycling, but whoa, to beat Tom Dumoulin on a climb and a race like this, and he was faster than him on the flat, unbelievable. Just fantastic, what a start.
I mean, that's what happens when you get some fast equipment. I mean, we did a lot of work in the winter and all this year, and all our partners, Giant, Cadex, really put a lot of work into fine-tuning my position, and that's all it is really.
The final point for after months of work behind the scenes, and all the staff did an amazing job. You know, everyone involved from the bike supplier, everyone did the hard work. This we passed through some hard lesson, but finally this is a good way to start the Giro.
Winner of the stage 2, fighting for a team of BikeExchange-Jayco, Simon Yates.
Simon, not your first time trial win, but that's a big one.
For sure my best, yeah. No, of course, really happy. A little bit unexpected, but yeah, I'll take them as they come. We'll enjoy today, but I think we need to look at the bigger picture. Thank you.
Heartbeat in the quiet, spotlight in an empty room.
We woke up somewhere in Hungary,
took our charter flight and we flew into Catania in the south in Sicily. We are on the side of Mount Etna, around about 20 kilometres from the top. Part of this climb we've used before, but there's the majority of the climb we've never used. Fortunately, at the moment, it's not raining, and the boys are going to have a look at the final tomorrow.
It's so long, real long. Takes a long time to get to the top. The thing is, even though we spent training camp here, you think you remember bits, and then it's always a bit better with these longer climbs. You measure your effort a bit more if you know for sure what sections are coming up. And
the first main GC day, I mean, Etna will give an indication of who's here seriously riding GC.
We've had some good times. We've won a couple of stages of the Giro up there.
Where did you meet Esteban?
Finish line.
Esteban Chavez behind him, who's worked so hard for him in the breakaway all day. It's going to be he's going to let Chavez come past. It is Chavez to win the stage. Yates in second. What a 1-2! Unbelievable.
I started to wonder something.
Long time ago now. I'm getting grey hairs now.
And I've also had some bad times as well.
Simon Yates on a Giro stand on a day of difficulty, and this is a surprise. Yates is finding that his legs are not able to respond. It's an absolute shock.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a weird stage at the stage at the Giro historically, so to see the climb and have it imprinted in the memory is always a good start.
Today is to give Yates the best chance to perform on the final climb. Any effort needs to be worth it. So where that happens on the climb, it all depends on how the climb is race made.
Simon, you've got good memories of this stage back in 2018 where you took a 1-2 with your teammate Esteban Chavez.
Would you like to win the Maglia Rosa tonight or better not?
Oh, never turn it down.
What can we expect from you today?
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. It's one of those days where either a breakaway could go or somebody could decide to ride, and then yeah, there's the stages up for grabs. I'm just happy it's sunny.
Thank you.
Stage 4, the Etna stage, 172 kilometres from Arvola northbound to Etna.
We had no ambition to go in the breakaway. We had a couple of guys just being at the front to patrol the peloton a little bit, making sure no one sneakily tried to get in the move. Just coming through one of the towns, there's been a crash in front of me. I've been able to stop. I've braked in time, and someone has just come from behind and.
Simon Yates back at the doctor's car. Oh dear. Something on the knee.
Unfortunately, we're in this small narrow street, and I've fallen over onto the curb directly on my knee.
Not ideal. We have seen.
I do have some history with bad knees, just from so many crashes, but this one really hurt. Immediately, I thought something was maybe broken. I was in a lot of pain.
A win for Leonard Kemner and the Maglia Rosa for Juan Lopez.
Managed to finish the stage with the GC contenders.
He got through under a lot of duress or in a lot of pain. He made it through in the front group, which was extraordinary.
Well, there were some GC riders that lost a fair amount of time today. Simon didn't lose any time, but he did have a crash earlier in the day. What do you know about what happened?
Look, we won't be commenting on until we find out what happened. It's not ideal for any athlete, especially a highly tuned one, to have any issues when they're trying to beat the best in the world.
X-ray are negative for fracture of the bone, and now we check with an orthopedic and a consultation with an orthopedic here in Tour of Italy, but seems only a contusion.
Oh, pain? Yeah. When it's great, yeah, it's...
It shepherds you, Simon, for, I mean, at the end of the day, that's a win.
the way we've gotten away with it, and now we have 2 easy days, and Bob's your uncle. But I mean, that also takes a lot of strength mentally to bounce back that way. So I think that just shows the strength of the group that's here to do what we want to do.
I was in agony for the next week or so, just trying to make it through as best as possible.
Yeah, it was giving him some real pain and some issues structurally. It really is depend on the injury, how you handle it, and the individual. Obviously, there's the medical side of things with how they're treating it. That's day to day, and then there's the mental side of things.
I made it for Etna still with the time. We'd navigated some tricky stages. You know, not hard stages, but potentially dangerous stages. The circuit race in Napoli was very dangerous.
The shortest road race of the Giro so far, just 100.
And we thought that, you know, that was the worst of it past. If you could get through in the front group on that stage, then we would be right.
191 kilometres and over 5,000 metres of climbing.
I know when we spoke a couple of days ago, you said it was probably the hardest 17 kilometres start to a stage that you've ever seen.
It is, especially because of how I think it's going to be raced.
It was. You always think positively. You know, I felt okay, nothing special. But as the day went on, it was just getting worse and worse.
All you guys know it's a very difficult climb. I'm expecting a very aggressive race. I think it's going to be the first, big explosion of GC action. But as I was saying to Alistair, I think I'm in a good position. I mean, in front of most of the GC guys, so I don't think I need to be aggressive or I don't need to attack necessarily. And we'll see what the other teams have in store.
Gap's coming down at 1:19 to the very front of the race. The chase group is 30 seconds. There's two bottle points more to come, mate.
If I make it over the top, then I won't get
more waters. They're the cold.
Whatever happens today, let's just stay calm. If it's good or bad, there's a long way to go. It's the first real hard climb. Like, there's a lot of racing back on the back end. Yeah. If I lose a minute today, or whatever, I have a bad day, calm. We're long way to go.
But yes.
I'd be just riding his own. Nothing.
It's only 10 seconds. 10 seconds to the back of the group, mate.
Back goes Simon Yates. It's not just Ciccone who's struggling, and Simon Yates, the best placed of all of the general classification contenders, needs to get it under control here very quickly, or his Giro d'Italia is quite simply over.
Yates has been dropped, but he'll just ride his own.
I think for the first time in my career, I gave up.
Guys, please, we're back. Please, sorry. A little bit of respect.
I just couldn't deal with getting dropped. I was losing time, but not. Well, I mean, it was still a disaster. But I mean, I think only maybe 3 minutes down at that point.
Let's be a joke.
A crazy Giro like we have seen now. Maybe you can make that time up. I think I mentally gave up there. I've had a lot of setbacks at the Giro, and I think it finally got to me.
I've been in a lot of pain since Etna, so I've been trying to manage it as best as possible. But like I said, it was not my only problem today. I suffered also with the heat, so yep.
Will you keep on fighting?
We'll see what happens now. We've got the rest day. I'll see how I pull up from the stage today, but I don't know yet. I don't know.
Best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Simon, please, can you send my jersey? Simon, you are the best! You win this Giro! I hope it! You win this Giro!
It's still pretty fresh. It's still pretty fresh. We got a day to talk tomorrow, a day to relax, refocus on what we need to do. And yeah, we'll know more in the next couple of days, but it's a rest day tomorrow and a time for us to regather.
Very emotional. Was really disappointed in myself. I felt like I let the team down. And the media is the last thing on my mind at that point. I don't want to speak to them because they just want the drama. They don't give a flying F about my feelings, about what's going on, about the work I've done to get here, the sacrifices I've made. They don't care about that. So they are the last people I want to speak to. I want to go and speak to the team, to the other riders, the guys who support me day in, day out. And that's it.
What do you do after a situation like Blockhouse? You know, there had been a big build up to this race.
There's so much expectation and the guys have prepared so hard for this.
We knew we had a team that could win this race. We knew we had a rider who would lead us through the 3 weeks.
And when a mishap or something happens to dent that, you've got two options. You can hang your heads down, fall apart as a group and drag yourselves to the finish, or you can pick yourselves up, look for inspiration and fight like hell.
There's no hiding behind the disappointment, the amount of effort that the team and sacrifices that the athletes, especially the athletes, made to get in the condition that they're in. You just got to turn that around quickly. They had a nice day to clear their heads, relax, and today we came out racing, and it won't be the last time you'll see it for the rest of this Giro.
I don't know about other teams. I've only worked in this team, but to me the only reaction is to fight back. We've got no choice. When you're backed into a corner like that, you stand up and fight. And I think yesterday already we saw a glimpse of what you can expect to see for the rest of the Giro now.
We began on a very, very hot day in Santena. 147 kilometers for the shortest stage of the Giro d'Italia, made even shorter by the aggressive nature of the attacking. 20 kilometers had passed and no breakaway. Little groups started to form. Eventually we would get a group going away.
This is a stage that I had targeted anyway if I was riding GC. I think it was a very tricky day and a day that you really get stuck into and you really race. And I enjoy that type of racing, just like those circuit races, that's my bread and butter.
Simon Yates waited, watched and made his move.
Only one option really, and that was to go really late with one big attack.
Then in the closing 4.5 kilometres, Simon Yates, the only rider not playing a general classification game, launched clear and was never seen again. He soloed to victory to take another stage win in his glorious career at the Giro d'Italia. A brilliant trademark performance from Simon Yates and win number 6 in his Giro career.
Sweaty one here. Very fucking well. You're wet now, boys. Yeah, that makes football.
Does that make it up for the disappointment on the blockhouse?
Not really. I mean, well, not to put it down on the day, but I came here to win the race, so for me, I mean, it's another stage. I have 5 already. It's number 6. I think you see the gaps today, they're enormous. So yeah, if this heat sticks around, I think it's going to be a very hard final week.
Congratulations to everyone for buying into the refocus and giving 100%. That's all we have to do. Thanks to everyone for all the hard work you've given so far. Congratulations, Yates. Congratulations, boys. Win number 2.
Cheers. Cheers, boys. Green, 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 green!
Oh, look, I'm not a doctor, and at the end of the day, he wouldn't be here if that knee injury was going to do any damage to him. He hasn't been at 100%, that's for sure. And our medical team has done a very, very good job in getting him through so far, and I said, he's certainly not at 100%, and that's the frightening thing.
It's okay to say you're not alright. I feel it too. You broke down, hopes drowned, no end in sight.
Are we ready to go sign on?
Not really.
Days get dark, try to find.
No, I love the Giro. It's one of the best races on the calendar, but it's just one of those races that for me personally, it's also quite hard to prepare for. Not a lot of success. Of course, I've also had a lot of failure, but I've given a lot to this race, and it's time to move on.
Sorry.
That's all
right. Got a long season ahead.
Yeah, I know.
So mate, just to sum up, if someone will ask me about Simon, I will go straight with the truth, because also I know that Simon would like me to say that. So the knee was the problem, and it's still since a long time, unless he want to stay in the race because he loved Giro. He also could win a stage, but at the end the problem was quite important, and he need to withdraw.
It's a very nice course, one of the most beautiful towns of Italy and obviously of the world, Verona. Yeah, we expect to have a good ride by Lawson Craddock, Michael Ebun and Matteo Sobrero.
I don't think we ever look at a race as a failure. In any race that we don't reach our goal that we started out with as a challenge where we have to learn from.
Sport. Everyone believed in the dream of winning the Giro. Everyone handles emotions, wins and losses differently.
Oh, thanks guys. Thanks for your help.
There is no sport like cycling. There is no sport and demands that's put on these guys over 3 weeks. There is nothing like that in world sport at a professional level. No way. It's like running a marathon 21 days in a row, changing hotels 20 days in a row, having new terrains 21 days in a row, you name it. These guys have to deal with it, and it's a very, very unique sport, and 3-week tours are a very, very unique event inside our sport.
Sobrero, prior to both Van der Poel and Arendsman, had posted not just the best time at the intermediate timing point on top of the only categorised climb of the day, the Torricella Massimiliana, but all along the course he had been tearing it up. Over the top of the climb then, significantly the best.
Working really closely with our partners, Giant, Cadex and LA Clothing. They've been doing a fantastic work together with Marco Pinotti, who's been investing a lot of time, a lot of energy into increasing what we're doing at the time trial. And you can see by the results in the last 2 weeks that it's really been working well. You know, when you have riders like Craddock, Simon Yates, who's increased really well his performance on the time trial, and of course Sobrero, a time trial specialist, you have to invest more time in it. And when you do have those riders that can perform and you know they can perform, then you go out of your way to invest time, and that's what we've been doing.
500 metres to go for Matteo Sobrero, for the Italian national champ.
Dai, fino in fondo, vai!
He's going to take this time and he's going to take it comfortably. The question is by what margin. This could be the winning margin. You never know, because the top 10 in the general classification could blow this time away, but Matteo Sobrero is head and shoulders faster than anybody to date. The Italian national champion, the specialist in this discipline, a slight figure who climbs extremely well, has destroyed the opposition, and Sobrero is going to take a huge margin, over a minute. A minute and 16, 22-24. Beat that, he says, to everybody else left in this Giro.
1:16. 1:16 faster.
Fuck, now let's go. My goal of the day was the GPM of the day. I said I have to give all until there, and then is audition to the finish. What is left? What can I say? A dream. two TT to win. Big work by all team.
We came in with very high hopes of trying to win the overall in the Giro d'Italia. We walk away with 3 very good stage wins.
We're in a sport that we lose more than we win. You know, a team races 250 days a year, and good teams win 30 races a year. So you've got to move on quickly. You're never content. You're never content because we do set the bar high. But are we happy that we've won stages? Yeah. Are we happy with how the boys gave it their all from day 1 to day 21? Yes. So it's an interesting one, because obviously you want more, and even when you're achieving what you want to achieve, you're always looking for more, looking at how you can improve for the next goal. But in general, yes, we are happy with what we've achieved, but we're always chasing something more.
Verona in questa giornata con Matteo Sobrero.